Good evening. I hope I find you well. Nice, pleasant day today. You can go about without getting burned. It's just nice. And it's the 14th of August 2026, Daily Living. And our hymns, and let's talk after this. I did not send my Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. And that's the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 17. Call on the name of my Son Jesus. Everyone who calls on his name will be saved. And that's St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 10, verse 13. Everything written in the past was written for your instruction, so that through endurance and the encouragement of the scriptures, you might have hope. And that's St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. My word gives you life and hope, and that's Jesus. Yeah, that's our Saviour. Now our little hymns. Come on, Sacred Heart of Jesus. Say hello to Sacred Heart of Jesus. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps, and when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. And that's lovely up there, Sacred Heart of Jesus. Now, say, Blessed Mother. Down. Say hello to our Blessed Mother. Lovely lady, dressed in blue, teach me how to pray. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Thrown on life's surge, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, star of the sea, pray for the wanderer. Pray for me. O gentle, chaste, and spotless maid, we sinners make our prayers to thee. Remind thy Son that he has paid the price of our iniquity. Virgin most pure, star of the sea, pray for the sinner. Pray for me. Up there now, Blessed Mother, keep an eye on things. Yeah, I love those little hymns, and I hope you like them as well. I sing the same ones most of the time. I sometimes give a bit of Latin, but I prefer those ones. Keep it simple, isn't that the way to do it? Not to have it complicated. I'd love to go to Mass and hear a choir singing these hymns that we used to hear. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Drawn on thy surge, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, star of the sea, pray for the wanderer. Went off that there, singing Hail Queen of Heaven. But that's what I say, isn't it? So here we are, and a nice pleasant day to my way of thinking. you could stick it going out. You want to kind of roast it, and I had to go out. Um, and I have bottles in the car, and I haven't got around to putting them in because I never put anything into these machines that I say. I thought they were a complete waste of time, these machines, but it's another money spinner, of course, because a lot of people don't use them. But I notice when I buy my Appleberry, my waddies, it's there enough, and then there's 25 cents on top of it, which is for the recycling end of it. So I might as well get something on them. And then milk bottles, when you're trying to take off the lid, it's always stuck. And if you want to try and free it, you have to cut it with the scissors. But that means usually it must be for recycling, but I'll have to find out about that. Anyways, I got my Irish Catholic, and then I wanted to send a nice good wish to my great cousin, first cousin, Etna, and her daughter Rachel. She's married to a chap, Jack O'Dwyer from Tipperary, and they're expecting their first baby in September. And I wanted to send them a good wish card from the church, prayer and wishing them good luck. And the mass said for that all will be well. But no reply when I knocked at the presbytery door, which is a very poor outlook. I mean, if the priest is not there, there should always be somebody there. There's a sacristan, and I think if the priest apparently, the parish priest, hurt his hand and he hasn't been available for weeks, so he mustn't be even in the presbytery. And that's a very poor outlook to my way of thinking. Because supposing you have an emergency, somebody dying, how are you going to get in touch when there's nobody there? It's a very peculiar situation to be in, I'm afraid. But maybe the funeral undertaker has a phone number that they can get him that way. But anyways, I drew a blank. But I was reading something that it's a good thing to visit the church every day for 15 minutes and for the Blessed Sacrament. And I did it today, and I thank God. And I said I did the Chaplet of Mercy for other ones that need help. I do that Chaplet of Mercy every morning for the innocent babies aborted by their mothers and all the rest of it. And these are the ones that suffer the euthanasia, assisted suicide, and the educating the children being subjected to the gender business and the education and that. So to pray for all these things, the Chaplet of Mercy. But then I do that tomorrow, and then I do it for a couple of individuals and a few that need help for problems that they have. And so it is in the church. And that's at the altar race for a bit, but you'd be kind of getting a bit stiff as you march up the tree of life, like, oh yeah. But anyways, I was there for more than a quarter of an hour. I was there for maybe 20, 25 minutes, but I don't mind that. And so that's what I did. And I was glad to do it. And then the grass was cut. My good friend Michelle and our partner, he got salmonella poisoning. He was in the hospital for his particular health problem that he has, and he got a sandwich and a tuna, and by goodness, he got salmonella, but he thought he'd get over it at home, but he nearly was conking out. He had to go back to the hospital, He was in it for a couple of weeks. Cavan General Hospital, and they rang him to see if he all right. And they hadn't reports from anybody else, but maybe some other ones can recover if they're younger. But it's not a good thing to get that kind of food poisoning. I think I got it one time years ago. Myself and my late wife, the two of us got it. It was a hot summer's day, and we went into a restaurant in Carrick-on-Shannon. It normally was very good, and for some reason we had the blinking salad, and we got that. I was as sick as a dog, but I couldn't eat anything for the rest of the week. So that must have been food poisoning. Something, and it was the lettuce been in the window, the heat. Now, wrong, you want to have lettuce, and when it's weather like that, in the fridge and that, and I'm surprised that they had it there. A pity we had it because it spoiled a week's holiday that we had. I couldn't eat anything, for a week. And I know, goodness, I was very sick that night, and so was Julie, Lord of mercy. But she recovered a bit better than me. Um, so that's the way it goes. Anyways, so Michelle cut the grass there today, this afternoon. She was supposed to come yesterday, but just as well, because yes, it was very warm. She come there this afternoon, and she cut it down and cut it and does a great job. She's a very good quality mower and that, and she's able to take a rest. And her partner Dominic, that had the food poisoning, salmonella. I was talking to him to see what happened, and that's what happened. Tuna sandwich. So you have to be very careful, especially if you have any health issues yourself, and which Dominic has. And then when you're my age, you wouldn't want to be getting anything like that. So I'm very careful where I go. And please God, now on Sunday I intend to go. I get mass tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock, and I'll get it in the church of the Immaculate, the Assumption of our Blessed Mother in Ballinlough. And a lady was telling me there that helps in the sacrament, and she was after getting a clock for the priest because he he didn't know the time. She hadn't got anything. They could tell her the time, and he had nothing. So she got a clock, and she was putting it on the wall. I was talking to her for a bit because, and I told her, well, I said there was no holy water in France, and I started doing it a couple of years ago. Oh, she said, we wondering who was doing it. Well, so yeah, I've been doing it. And I said, thank you very much. But she said it was stopped during the COVID. I said that was an awful waste of time, that COVID. There was a lot of things done that should have never been done. So my friend Eamon, when his late wife died, the COVID was on, and normally the church would have been packed. But there was only 10 allowed in. A lot of the people had to wait outside. Disgraceful. Yeah. Should have never, the bishops here should have never allowed that to happen. When restaurants and pubs and all were open, and supermarkets. Disgraceful. And yet the churches, the most important place for Catholics is the Catholic Church, the practice of your Catholic faith. So there we are. That's the story, Rory, and I hope all goes well. I'm going to have my tea now after this, and I'll have a bit of a shower this evening. I generally have a shower on a Friday. And then, of course, I have to feed the birds. And they be sort of wondering, what is he? Is he taking it handy? Is he going to do anything? But I like to feed them and that because, but there must have been a bit of rain last night because I noticed the ground was wet. And that's no harm. It needs a bit of nourishment. So bye now and enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you happen to be.